Hey, welcome to Lux Unfiltered. It's Lux. I am having a little sleepy one today, so I want to talk about why I can't reach my goals. I've been thinking a lot lately about why sometimes it feels like I'm so far from reaching my goals. It's frustrating, especially when I know what I want and I can see the future version of myself so clearly, but something still holds me back. After doing a lot of reflection and some deep conversations with my inner self, I've come to understand that I think my problem is that it might not be this real deeper issue. So today I want to share some insights with you. Maybe you'll recognize some of these in yourself too. What I think my problem is. One, I am burnt out and on low energy. I feel exhausted a lot of the time. And it's like this cloud of tiredness over everything I do. I know I should be doing more for my businesses, more for my self-care, but the energy just isn't there. And that makes it hard to keep up with the routines and habits I know would help me to become my future version. And two, executive dysfunction and ADHD and my PDA profile. If you're like me and you struggle with executive dysfunction, you know how frustrating it can be to want to do something but not be able to initiate the task. It feels like my brain is rebelling against me when things feel like demands. This leads to inconsistency, which always is the root of my issues. And three, my limiting beliefs around shame. Deep down, I know I carry a lot of shame from my past. There's this constant feeling of not being good enough, not being worthy, and that rears its head whenever I get close to achieving anything, really. I thought if I could just get rid of the shame, I would be able to step into my potential, right? But there's a real deeper problem. The truth is, my surface level problems like burnout, executive dysfunction, shame, those are all just symptoms of something a bit deeper. The real block in reaching my goals is far more internal and subconscious than I initially realized. So here's what I've uncovered. One, I have a deep fear of failure and success, actually. It's not that I'm just afraid of failing. I'm also afraid that my success might bring something great. And stepping into my goals and becoming this version of myself, like Lux 3.0, means stepping into very unknown territory, and it means taking on a new identity, and in some ways letting go of that older version of me, and that's fucking terrifying. What if I succeed and I get everything I want and it changes everything? And what if I fail and that confirms all my fears and everything that I've carried for so long? So it's very paralyzing, and I'm stuck in the middle of neither moving forward or fully retreating. And two, I think I have a lot of unresolved trauma and conditioning. The limited beliefs that I carry, things like I'm not good enough or things I don't deserve success, aren't just thoughts. They're products of years of conditioning and trauma. These deep-rooted narratives were embedded in me from a very early age, and breaking free from them requires more than just positive thinking. There's a protective part of me that still feels like shrinking and self-sabotaging or holding back is safer than fully stepping into my light. My mind hasn't fully reconciled with the fact that it doesn't need to constantly prove its worth. And three, I think my worth is still tied to external validation. Even though I've been working really hard to detach myself from seeking approval, there's still this part of me that waits for external validation, like asking you guys for input, for example. I want to feel worthy from the inside out, but I've realized I'm still operating under this belief that I have to earn my success or earn my rest or earn my worth. Like Lux 3.0. Lux 3.0 is someone who already knows that they're enough, but I'm still learning how to embody that on a very deep level. And four, I think my fear of being seen and being vulnerable is also holding me back. Reaching my goals means being seen, like truly seen. It means being vulnerable and showing up authentically in all aspects of my life, not just in curated moments that I share online. Vulnerability is terrifying because it opens you up to judgment and to rejection, to criticism, especially as a fat person online, as a queer person online. And don't get me wrong, I have a lot of privileges, and I've just been hiding behind perfectionism, waiting for the right moment to step up into my power. But the truth is, that's just another form of self-protection and self-sabotage. It's easier to stay hidden than it is to be fully visible and risk failure or criticism. So why can't I reach my goals? After realizing what's beneath the surface, it's no wonder that I've struggled to reach my goals. Here are some of the deeper reasons why I've felt stuck, right? One, I'm still building emotional safety. Lux 3.0 feels safe in their body and their emotions and their identity. They don't carry the same emotional weight that I do right now. But the truth is, I'm still working on creating that emotional safety within myself. And I'm still healing. I'm still reparenting myself. And I'm still learning to trust that it's safe to take up space. And until I fully believe I'm safe to grow and succeed and fail, I'm going to continue holding myself back. And that was a really hard pill to swallow. And two, perfectionism, which has been an overarching theme of what I want to let go of this year because it creates overwhelm. I've always thought that my inconsistency was a problem, but it turns out that's perfectionism, and that's really where the root of it is. I set these massive, unattainable goals for myself, and then they feel too big, obviously, so I freeze, and then I don't do anything. And I want to become Lux 3.0, but I want to do it overnight, and that's not how growth works. The overwhelm I feel isn't because I'm lazy or undisciplined. It's because I'm trying to do too much all at once. Like, have you ever had those moments at 3 a.m. when you've decided you've got a whole new routine, you're going to get a food plan, you're going to get a trainer, and you're going to change your whole life? Yeah, that's me. And I'm still, on 3, operating from a place of scarcity. My nervous system has been wired for survival from very young. Growing up, I had to fight for my worth, fight to be seen, and fight for success. And this just has left me operating in a scarcity mindset where I'm constantly worried about not having enough money, enough time, enough energy, enough friends, enough anything. And Lux 3.0, they operate from abundance. And that shift from survival to thriving is something I'm still really working on. I'm a lot better than I was, but I'm definitely not there yet. And 4, I haven't allowed myself to receive. I'm great at giving, whether it's to others, to my work, but receiving, that's a whole different story. But Lux 3.0 receives with ease, whether it's love, money, success. But right now, that's a part of me that feels really uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable with receiving. It's like I still believe that I have to prove to be worthy of it. And until I break that belief, I'm going to continue resisting the abundance that's already available to me. So how did I get there? How do I get to Lux 3.0? Now that I know what's really holding me back, the path forward becomes a little bit clearer. Becoming Lux 3.0 isn't about fixing myself. It's about shedding layers of fear, of shame, and protection that's been holding me back. So here's what I'm going to do trying to move forward. 1, I'm going to shift from surviving to thriving, which in this economy, it's fine. I'm working on rewiring my nervous system to operate from abundance and not survival. This means that I'm embracing somatic practices to help me feel safe within my body, whether it's breath work or movement or just allowing myself to rest, but without the guilt. That last part's still really, really difficult. And 2, I'm going to start small, but consistently. Perfectionism will not go. Perfectionism won't get me where I need me to go, right? So I'm learning to start small rather than overwhelming myself with these massive goals. I'm going to focus on tiny, consistent actions that bring me closer to Lux 3.0 every day. Slow growth is still growth, I have to remind myself. And 3, I'm going to embrace vulnerability like I'm doing today. Lux 3.0 is unafraid of being seen. And that's something I'm really working on. I'm practicing on showing up authentically, even when it feels uncomfortable. Like today, I'm very uncomfortable. Whether it's in my relationships or my work or my online presence, I'm choosing to be seen, imperfections and all. And 4, I'm going to trust the process. I won't become Lux 3.0 overnight, and that's okay. The journey isn't about going quickly. It's about building trust in myself, in the universe, and in the process of just becoming. Every step, no matter how small, is going to bring me closer to the life I know I'm meant to live. So if you're feeling stuck or like you're constantly working towards your goals but never quite reaching them, maybe the problem isn't what you think it is. Maybe it's something deeper, something that requires you to let go of old beliefs, old patterns, or the version of yourself that feels safe but small. The journey of becoming who you're meant to be isn't about fixing yourself. It's about shedding what no longer serves you and stepping into your power with trust, vulnerability, and self-compassion. Thanks for being with me here on this journey. We're all becoming our own versions of ourselves, and I can't wait to be Lux 3.0. We're going to do it one small step at a time. Okay, that's it for this week. Thanks so much for being here. Okay, I love you. Bye.